end of your mat, spreading your fingers out nice and wide and just shuffling your hips back a little. And then taking your gaze to come up between your hands and then gently start to draw your body along the ground, rolling down your shoulders and lifting your chin up. And then as we draw on up into a cat stretch, let's round up through your shoulders and back. Then taking the head and the tailbone away, and let's sit all the way back down upon your heels. Let's take a nice deep breath in as you draw your body up and along the ground. And as you breathe out, let's pull up through the belly, rounding up through your shoulders and back. Breathing in to take the head and tailbone away. Breathing out to sit all the way back. Breathing in as you draw the body up and along the ground. And now as you breathe out, let's curl the toes, sending your hips back and draw down into a nice long downward dog. Breathing in, drawing forwards to a high strong plank. And breathing out to bend your knees and sitting all the way back. Breathing in as you draw the body up and along the ground. Breathing out, let's send the hips away and lengthen off into a long downward dog. Breathing in forwards to a strong high plank. And breathing out to bend your knees and sitting all the way back. Breathing in as you draw the body up and through. And breathing out to curl the toes and send the hips back and away. Breathing in forwards to a strong plank. And breathing out, come all the way back down to your knees and your heels. Breathing in, drawing the body up and along the ground. And breathing out as we send the hips back, lengthening through the back body. Breathing in forwards to a strong plank. And breathing out to bend the knees and sitting all the way back. Breathing in as you draw the body up and along the ground. And breathing out, curling with your toes, hips go back and the head draws down. Breathing in forwards to a strong plank. Breathing out to bend your knees and sitting all the way back. Breathing in, draw the body up and along the ground. Breathing out as we send the hips away, lengthen off into a downward dog. Breathing in forwards to a high plank. And breathing out to bend your knees and sitting all the way back. Couple more times. Breathing in, drawing the body up and through. And breathing out to curl the toes and send the hips back and away. Breathing in forwards to a high plank. And breathing out to bend your knees and sitting all the way back. One more time. Breathing in, drawing the body up and along the ground. And now as you breathe out, send the hips away and stay. Now just walking from one foot to the other foot. And just giving your body an opportunity to take in a little bit more stretch through from your hips to your hamstrings to your calf muscles. And if you can, just moving your hips a little side to side to bring in a little bit of a lower back release. Take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Try not to hold your breath. And then let's leave the heels down and let's draw on down to your knees. Okay, now please step forwards with your right foot. And today just take your right hand down to the side of your foot. Bring your left arm to stretch across and find a big reach coming all the way along from your waist up to your armpit. Again, breathe into the stretch. And bring your hand all the way back on down, curling with your toes, lifting the back knee and turning open to the right, raising your right arm. Good stretch into the back leg so you can really find a calf stretch. And then releasing your knee all the way back on down. Let's come up through the middle now, raising your arms high left hand side, taking your right hand back behind the left and drawing the arms back a little. And then releasing your arms all the way back down. Come on back to your back knee, into the half split. Shoulders are dropped a little here, and we're extending along the back of your leg. And then today, I'd just like you to try and turn your foot slightly open to the right, and then draw it back to the middle. So you get a slightly different stretch along the back of your leg. Turning your foot slightly open to the right, and then drawing it back. One more time, turning the foot slightly open, and then bring it back. Okay, we'll round up through with your back, pop your knees beneath you, and coming up to a high kneel. We're going to open up the front of your body now. So if you just draw your hips slightly forwards, engage the core. As you raise one arm up, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, turn your gaze to follow that hand all the way back and down. Changing sides, taking a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, following the hand all the way back and down to your leg. Again, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, relax the shoulder, following the hand all the way back. Again, deep breath in. Breathing out, gently opening into a small back bend if you can. Couple more times. Just again, feel that release coming through the chest. And the other arm, take a deep breath in, breathing out and opening it all the way back. And let's bring the left leg forwards. Taking down your left hand to the side of your foot. Bring your right arm to stretch across, looking up towards your hand. And again, taking that lovely long reach into the side body. And bring your hand down, curling with your toes and lifting the back knee. As you turn open to the left, raising your arm. Really work into the back heel, so you really work into that calf stretch. And bringing your knee back down on the puddle floor. Let's come up through the middle, raising your arms high, taking your left hand back behind the right, wrapping your arms back, lifting your chin up a little. And then letting your arms all the way back on down. And we'll move gently back towards your back knee. And again, pull back the toes. Always just bend the knee a little if you feel any sensitivity behind the knee, of course. But then now I'm going to turn the foot slightly open to the left. And then draw it back to the middle. And again, rolling the foot open a little to the left. And back through the middle. One more time, gently open it back. And then back to the middle. Okay, rounding up through your back. Let's pop around onto your back. Now today, those of you just joining me on Facebook and YouTube, going to be working with the ball today. If you don't have a ball, don't worry. You can probably substitute by using a block or a cushion, okay? But again, lots of things that we can do. You don't necessarily need to use the ball. Same thing also if you're getting into a position you find it's a little bit too challenging using the ball, take it away, all right? Always enjoy your practice and work with your body sensitively. So if we can gather in the heels towards us, find that they're in touching distance with your fingertips, and then turning your palms to open up towards the ceiling. Let's start by just bringing the shoulders a little up towards your ears. Set them back and then slide your shoulders down. And again, pull the shoulders up, set them back and then glide them down. So when you pull them up, you're contracting the muscles. As you open up and slide the shoulders down, you're elongating the muscles. Now hold on that elongation. Work your head a little bit further out from your shoulders. Feel almost like the collarbone has lengthened, so it's a little bit wider than it was a moment ago. And then I work the lower back down into a soft imprint, and then release the back away. Again, take the lower back down into a soft imprint, and release away. And just imagine you have something beneath your back that you're looking not to crush. So as you take the back downwards, just very gently. And now when we settle into neutral, whereas you'd be able to get your hand quite comfortably underneath your lower back, your ribs are floating down into your body. Take a long deep breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out of your mouth, blowing the breath out with a little energy. As you breathe in, feel the rib cage widening and the belly remaining flat. As you breathe out, draw up from the pelvic floor, draw the navel back to the spine, and feel that contraction again within the body, that third layer of abdominal muscle in. Again, let's take that deep breath, lateral thoracic breathing. As you breathe out, connect, contract, pull in. One more time, deepen the breath coming in. You might not keep it deep all the way through, but again, really oxygenating the brain. The more you do it, the better you're going to feel. When you breathe out, blowing the breath out like you're blowing out a candle. Now we can just pop the hands to sit back behind your head, letting your elbows widen. And as you breathe in through your nose, nodding your chin, as you breathe out of your mouth, let's raise the upper body and engage the core center. Breathing in through your nose to stay, and then breathing out through your mouth, engaging the core as you lower. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out as you engage with your core, raising your upper body. Breathing in to stay, and then breathing out to engage with your core as you lower. Now my option for you today would be to place the ball between your knees. So breathing in, nodding the chin or the cushion, and then as you breathe out to lift, squeezing either the ball or your cushion as you lift. Breathing in to let go, and then again breathing out, squeeze as you lower all the way back down. Breathing in, nodding your chin. Breathing out, squeeze the ball, engage the core as you raise your upper body. Breathing in, letting go, and then breathing out, squeeze, engage, and lower the body all the way back down. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out to engage with your core as you lift. Breathing in, letting go, and then breathing out, engaging your core as you lower all the way back on down. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out, connecting with your core as you raise your upper body. Breathing in, and then breathing out, squeeze again, connecting with your core as you lower. Now if you want to make this just a little harder, you could do this with your feet off the ground. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out, squeezing as you lift. Breathing in, letting go. Again, breathing out, squeezing and engaging the core as you lower. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out to squeeze the ball as you lift. Breathing in, letting go. And breathing out to squeeze as you lower all the way back on down. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out to squeeze as you lift. Breathing and let go, and then breathing out, squeeze as you lower all the way back on down. Okay, and then just lower your feet down towards the floor. Now I'm next going to be working into double leg extension and heel dig. So we're going to be doing 2 repetitions of each. I'm going to offer up after a moment or so that we put the ball beneath the tailbone. But let's just set up to begin. So to begin with, I've got the soles of the feet together, knees open wide. And as you breathe out, drive the legs away so the feet sit side by side, and then the knees come wide. Breathing out to drive the legs away. Breathing in as we come back down. Then make the feet flat. And breathing out to dig one heel down towards the floor. Breathing in, draw back up. Breathing out, lower the heel away from the body and breathing in, coming back up. So you can do this with your body flat on the floor, or place a cushion or the ball beneath your tailbone. All that's going to happen, and for some people it actually feels nicer, but all we're going to be doing on the ball is destabilising the body, okay? So soles of the feet together, and as you press the legs away, breathing out to press away, breathing in, come back down. Doing that again, breathing out, engage the core, press away, breathing in back. Then flat feet, and breathing out, dig the heel downwards, breathing in back up. And again, breathing out, dig downwards, breathing in back up. Soles of the feet together. Breathing out, pressing away from the body, breathing in back in. Breathing out, engage the core as you press, breathing in, flat feet, and then breathing out to dig down, breathing in back up. Breathing out to dig down, breathing in back up. Soles of your feet together for me. Breathing out to push away, breathing in, draw down. Breathing out, lock into the core, push away, breathing in, flat feet, and then breathing out to dig down, breathing in, back up. Breathing out to dig down, breathing in, soles of the feet together, last set. Breathing out to push away, breathing in, breathing out to push away, breathing in, flat feet, and then breathing out to dig down, breathing in and back, and again breathing out, dig down, and breathing in back. Okay, land your feet back down for me, lift up and take the ball or the cushion away. And let's gently come around onto your forearms. So we're going to get ready to work into your plank. So coming around onto your elbows. If we can draw the elbows in, so they're just beneath your shoulders, spreading your fingers out nice and wide and moving your knees back. Then load your body weight forwards into your forearms. Now you can either stay on the knees today, we want to keep the hips in alignment there with the shoulders, or you can curl the toes and lengthen out into your heels, up on your toes. Let's breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take a deep breath in and a strong breath out. Breathing in and out 3. In and out 4. In, out 5. In, out 6, in, out 7, in, out 8, in, out 9, in, out 10, in, out 11, in, out 12, in, out 13, in, out 14, in, out 15, in, out 16, in, out 17, in, out 18, in, out 19, and in, out 20. And now just come back up on your knees again for me. And let's just come into pose of the child here. So let's just drop your arms down by your side and just letting your shoulders hang down. Feel that stretch opening up across the upper back. Take some nice slow deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Now if you did want anything more from this position, you could clasp up your fingers behind you and send your arms up towards the ceiling for a shoulder girdle stretch. And then releasing your arms, slowly unrolling. And we're going to come up onto your hands and knees. Now next we're working up into your glutes. So this may vary depending on what equipment you've got. I will be working with the ball in a minute and placing it behind the knee. Now you can do the same thing with a cushion behind the knee, that works. Or you can keep the legs straight and you can work up and down. And that's an option anyway, all right? So if you don't want to use the ball, then by all means keep the legs straight. If you are using the ball, popping it behind the knee, and then you've got a position with the leg where the knee is bent, all right? Otherwise the ball will drop out, okay? Unless you're very, very good and you can balance it. So what we want is now the hands underneath your shoulders, and you're going to push up to the ceiling and lower. Or you're going to keep the leg straight and you're going to lift that leg up straight and down. Out breath as you lift, in breath as you lower. So you can take out the opposite hand to the side here, and that can act as just again a little bit of a destabilizer. You might have to focus on the core a little bit more. So you're breathing out to lift, breathing into lower. Breathing out, lift, into lower. Breathing out to press and lower. Engaging the core as you lift and lower. Breathing out to press and lower. Breathing out, lift. Feel the glutes working, feel the core working. Breathing out to press and lower. 2 more and lower. 1 more. And bring it all the way down. Okay, let's swap it over. So either just straightening the leg on the other side, or placing a ball behind your knee, then taking the knee up. Breathing out to squeeze up, breathing in, drawing down by a little bit. Breathing out, squeeze, and lower. Because the fact is here, we want to keep the tension on the glute. Okay, glute maximus here we're working into. Opposite hand to the side, if you can balance. Breathing out to lift and lower. Breathing out, press and lower. Really engage with the core and lower. Breathing out to press and lower. Breathing out, lift and lower. Breathing out to press and lower. Breathing out, squeeze, lift and lower. Breathing out, press and lower. Keeping it strong. Lift and lower. Breathing out to push and lower. Breathing out, lift and lower. 2 more and lower. 1 more. Bring it all the way back down. Okay, coming all the way down upon your belly now. So we're going to work next into the breaststroke. I will give the option of working with the balls circling, okay, so in which case you could use your cushion if it's small enough and circle it round, or you could just work with your arm circles, alright, so you could do the whole thing, just not with the ball. That would be absolutely fine. So if we can place, if you've got one, ball down by your side, take it to the right hand side, and then just letting your shoulders drop. And most of all, most importantly, relax your buttocks. Okay, so completely let go of the buttocks now. As you breathe in through your nose, rolling back and down with both shoulders. As you breathe out of your mouth, engaging your core, lifting and facing down towards the floor with your gaze. Breathing in to stay, and then breathing out to lower and let the shoulders forwards. Breathing in, peeling back and down with both shoulders. Breathing out and pulling away from the ground with your core center. Breathing in to stay. Breathing out as you lower all the way back down. Breathing in, shoulders roll back and down. Breathing out, engaging your core as you lift. Breathing in, stay. And breathing out to lower. And you can carry on just like that, or with the ball in your right hand. Breathing in, rolling back and down with both shoulders. Breathing out to engage the core to lift. Breathing in to pass the ball up to the left hand. Bring it down by your side and then let your shoulders back down to the floor. Breathing in, rolling back and down with both shoulders. Breathing out to engage the core as you lift. Breathing in, pass the ball up to the right hand. Bring it down by your side. Let your shoulders back down to the floor. Breathing in, shoulders roll back and down. out to engage with your core as you lift. Breathing in, passing the ball up. Breathing out to bring it down by your side. And let your shoulders back down and against the floor. Breathing in, shoulders roll back and down. Breathing out to engage with your core as you lift. Breathing in to pass the ball up. Breathing in, out to bring it down by your side. And let your shoulders come back to the floor. One more set. Breathing in, shoulders roll back and down. Breathing out to engage with your core as you lift. Breathing in to pass the ball up. Breathing out to bring it down by your side. Let your shoulders back to the floor. Breathing in, shoulders roll back and down. Breathing out, engage with your core as you lift. Breathing in to pass the ball up. Breathing out to bring it down by your side. And then release all the way back on down. And then if you just gently press the body upwards onto your hands and your knees. And we're just going to take a little bit of a releasing stretch for the back. So I'm taking my fingers just off the side edges of my mat. I'm coming into an exaggerated cat stretch. So as we come down through the middle, heart comes down through your arms, and you're looking up to the top of your mat. As you draw in, rounding your back and looking up towards your navel. As you come down, elbows widen, heart comes down through the middle. As you pull up, rounding through your shoulders, looking up to your belly. Again, as you come down, elbows widen, heart comes down through the centre. And then as you come up, give your body that extra high stretch through the shoulders and the upper back. One more time. Let's take it on down. And then as you draw up, let's draw high and lifting through the back. Okay, and then come around to a seated position. Alright, now I'm going to work us here into rolling backwards. We're going to work on rolling downwards towards the floor. And then I'm also going to add in an oblique roll back. Okay, so two things that are kind of are similar but different. So legs out in front of you. Maybe a little cushion behind your back if you need support. If you're using a band around your feet, place that in now. And as we take a deep breath in, let's roll open and widen the ribs. As you breathe out, let's sink down and take a curve with the lumbar spine. Maybe stopping out at halfway. Breathing in, then breathing out, drawing all the way back up, sitting the body up nice and tall. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, engage the core, curve the back. Breathing in and breathing out, engage the core as you come back up. Now again, always recognize how your back is moving today. Deep breath in. As you go back, if it's a good day to try, maybe lower the back down. Deep breath in and then breathing out. Engage the core as you come back up, but always again, notice what's going on. Never jerking the body forwards. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, lowering. Use the movement of the back and the strength of your abdominals. Hip flexors as well. So as you come back up, your hip flexors play a massive role of lifting you high. Deep breath in one more time like this, unless you want to continue. And that's called 2, breathing in, and then breathing out, engaging the core as you come back up. So, like I say, if you prefer that version after you've seen the next one, you could. Now I'm going to place my ball behind my back, but you can still do this without a ball, alright? Or you could put a cushion there, alright, but it's not going to do all that much. What I will say, for those of you using the ball, try not to lean on it. Okay, if you lean on it and you just hang all your body weight onto it, you won't use your core. Alright, so if you haven't got a ball, you won't be able to do that anyway. Alright, so what we want to think is with equipment that you're working with it, you're not working against it. So hands in front of the body, and as we gently tilt the body to one side, do a twisting halfway back, looking to the elbow, and then drawing back on up and going the other way. Breathing out, engaging with the core as we twist, and breathing in as we draw back. Breathing And breathing in as we draw back. Breathing out, take that little twist turn. Breathing and really lock the core on. Now, if you want to go further with this, release your hand and reach to the back corner of your mat. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, twist and turn. Breathing in, back up. Breathing out, taking that little twist turn. Breathing in, back up. And again, breathing out, twist into the turn. Breathing in, last couple coming up. Breathing out. Breathing in. One more time, breathing out. And breathing in. Alright, we'll take away the ball. And we're coming into your tricep work. So if you place your hands just back behind your body, open back with your shoulders a little, lift the chin. As you dip back, breathing in. As you push forwards, breathing out. Again, as you dip back, breathing in. As you push forwards, breathing out. And if that's hard enough today, carry on. That can be enough. We can straighten the legs, and then from there we pivot on the heels down into the toes, breathing in as you lower. So as we lift, we're drawing the hips forwards, breathing out, breathing in as you lower. As you draw your hips forwards, lock into your core, breathing in as you lower. And again, breathing out to draw your hips forwards, breathing in. So really draw the navel back to the spine and lift. Breathing in to lower. Breathing out, engaging the core and lift. Lower. Two more of whatever you're working on today. And then we're going to come to release the upper back of your arms for you. Alright, so coming around to a seated position of your choice. It can be sitting cross-legged, legs out in front of you, or feel free to kneel up. Taking your arms open, and let's just gently move the arm to go back of your body and change. Moving the arm to go back of your body and change. So, most important bit here is trying not to change your positioning of your torso all the way up to your head. So we want to try and be upright, be high, and then as we reach backwards, again, you may touch today, but you may not, and it doesn't matter, okay? But because we're really trying to encourage this opening up of the front of your body, which is tough. It's not normal, okay? Because our bodies are so used to be folding, kind of holding forwards in the shoulders. So it's a big deal, this exercise. As we take the arm up this time, drop it back behind your head. Try not to drop your head forwards. Hold on maybe to the elbow, and that might be enough. Or drop your hand around by your face and hold on to your fingers, and that might be enough. You can pull down a little. Or if your fingers reach behind, maybe reach round. And again, do the same thing, pulling down. But like I say, it really is a big deal keeping the upper body upright. Because then we can stretch the muscles to improve the body's opening of the front body. And let's change over. Dropping the other arm back. Now it could be that you find the elbow. You're going to give a little bit of encouragement there. It could be you're finding the fingers and you're pulling downwards. Or it could be you're reaching back and holding the fingers. And keep breathing. Try not to hold your breath, however tight those muscles might feel. I know sometimes when the muscles are really tight, we just hold on. We don't realise we're holding our breath. And then letting it go. Alright, shoulder roll a little bit, letting it go. Alright, now I'm going to think about coming around onto your side body. Alright, so I'm going to look for you to lie your body all the way along the centre of your mat. And once you get there, have a little check to let your arm come forwards. And then wriggle a little bit forwards and backwards and half clench your buttocks. So you can really feel here that the hips are stacked. Top hand coming down in front. As you breathe out, let's raise the top leg away from the body and breathing in as you lower. As you take the leg away, breathe out, engage the core. So you may today be going just to one finger, or you may be taking your hand support away. Alright, so don't worry, if you're not up to taking the hand support away yet, just keep going with what you're doing. You will get stronger, the balance will get easier. Remember to try and keep your chin up a little here. So as we take that leg away, breathing out, extend, breathing into lower. Breathing out, draw the navel back to the spine and breathing into lower. Stretch the leg out and away from the body and lower. Breathing out to lift, breathing into lower. And again, engaging with your core as you lift and lower. Breathing out, send the leg away, breathing into lower. Two more here, breathing out, lift and lower. One more time. And lower. Okay, now just let your hand come in front. So we're next going to be working with the toe coming forwards and then rolling the heel back, so the heel goes back behind the other one. As you draw your knee forwards, breathe in. As you turn your knee up, breathe out and squeeze the backside again. Breathing in, coming forwards, breathing out and rolling back. Breathing in, touch down, breathing out, heel going back. Another great exercise for working through your ankle range. So toe forwards, heel back. Breathing in, engage as you go back. And again, really turn in, really turn up. Work through the toes, work through the ankle. Breathing in, breathing out, rolling back. Two more, and back. One more, and back. Okay, and then soften the legs in. Take a hold of that top leg and gently draw your knee back, finding the quad stretch. And then just about now, take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's draw the knee back a little bit more. And then relaxing the leg. Let's come on up onto your elbow. We're going to get ready to come up into your side bend. So the knees are tucked in here, chest and shoulders open. And as we come on up to the elbow, the side of the knees, breathing out, reaching up past your ear, breathing in as you lower. Okay, we'll do that again. Keeping your gaze forwards and keeping your navel facing forwards. Alright, so you're not tipping down. We can go up onto the hand here and we can line up the hand through to your foot. Then as we lift up, breathing out to reach, breathing into lower. Now if you wanted to, you could incorporate the ball. So as you come over, breathing out, we're reaching towards the floor, breathing in as you lower. Breathing out, engaging with your core as you lift, and breathing in as you lower. And again, breathing out, lifting up through your waist, breathing in as you lower. Breathing out, engaging with your core and reach and lower. Last couple coming up if you've got it. If you need to stop before, I always say this, okay, but you can take breaks, it's alright. Last one. And coming all the way back down. Alright, let's bring the body round to the other side. So taking your body along the ground, along the centre of your mat, Arm coming out and along the floor here, laying your ear upon, chin slightly lifted, half clench your buttocks, point your toes, and just again, if at that point when you half clench, you realise that your bum's sticking back, wriggle up into alignment again. Because like I say, with all of these positions, foundation is key. You get the foundation right, you will be able to work the body more effectively. So breathing out to lift. And if once you get the foundations right, the exercise feels harder, right, you're in the right position. Because quite often we're very happy to work into our habits. So it's just again recognising what we like to do. Hand support away if you can, breathing out to lift, into lower. And again with this one, I know it's sometimes you want to go higher with the leg, but if you do the higher lift and your leg is turning, you're working into different muscle areas. So really I'd like here for the knee to stay facing forwards, along with your hips, and then just engaging with the core, so you feel your waist drawing away from the ground. And you're working into the adductors and the abductors, the inner and outer edges of the top of your leg, as well as working and functioning the muscles around the hip. Couple more, breathing out to lift, breathing into lower, one more time, and then drawing your hand back. Okay, so we have the toe to come forwards, and then the heel to go back. Breathing in, draw the knee forwards, breathing out, turn the knee upwards. So turning the whole leg and back, pointing the toes, flexing the foot. All right, and the benefit of having good range in your ankles going forwards means that you will not be a shuffler, okay? Your ankles will still stay supple, so that when you walk, okay, you can still move through the ankles. All right, the feet will leave the ground. All right, so it's very valuable, it's worth working for, it's worth maintaining. Also, if you like wearing high-heeled shoes, okay, it's great for that. We want to, again, feel that the ankles can go into those shoes. Breathing in forwards, breathing out and back. Breathing in, breathing out and back. And again, breathing in, out and back. One more time, and back. And then if we soften the knees in, take a hold of the top leg, gently draw the knee back. Take a deep breath in. And you just want to go that little bit there so that you can feel the stretch deepening into the muscle. And then letting go. Alright, let's draw the body up onto your forearm. Tuck your knees forwards of your body. Rolling open your shoulders and getting ready for that side bend. So we're reaching up past your ear. Breathing in as you lower it back. And again, reaching up, body facing forwards, stretch across and lower. If you're going up onto your hands, take a moment. You want to look like you're balancing on a tightrope with your hand through to your foot. Then as you connect the inner thighs, you're reaching up and over and out. If you like using the ball for this one, you can take it with you, and as you reach it over, touch the ground beyond. So as you go over, breathing out, hips draw forward, so you're lengthening over, breathing in to release. Again, breathing out as you reach, stretching up past your ear, breathing in as you lower. Breathing out as we go up, pressing to reach over, breathing in to lower. And again, breathing out, pressing over, lift, breathing in, two more coming up, breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower, and one more time, breathing out, reach it over, and lower. Alright, Come on around to a seated position there. And let's just draw your right foot towards the inside of your left leg. So if you've been doing this exercise for a while, the stretch, you might want to think about taking the knee a little bit further back, pointing your toes in towards the inner thigh. And when you bring the right arm across, it might be a little bit of a deeper stretch for you. So you feel the lower back muscles stretching a bit more. Also latissimus dorsi, stretching a little bit more. And then we'll come on up and change sides. And let's reach it all the way over. So you might just want to pop that knee back a little bit further and take your left arm across towards your right leg. And then coming all the way back on up. Alright, let's come down onto your back and we're going to work into the 100. Coming all the way down. Alright, now you can with this one, if you want to incorporate a cushion or your ball, you could place it between your ankles this time, okay? If you don't need to, alright, this is still quite a tough exercise on its own. So of course you can keep your feet grounded, you can keep your knees bent, alright? All of that is okay. We can come up with the head and shoulders if that feels okay, or you can leave your head down. Then if you're feeling really super strong, you might be able to take your hand support away. Chin up off your chest and you're setting your breath up. In for about 4 and then out for about 6. So if you're using the ball, you're breathing out and squeezing. On your in-breath, letting go. And we're going with 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 5, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 5, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 3, 64, 65, 66, 7, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 3, 74, 75, 6, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 5, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90 with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Come on down. Alright, so I'm going to work with 2 last positions with you today. And you can use your ball, you can use a rolled up cushion. Okay, so I'm going to be placing it beneath my lower back. Again, you can do this without also. So I'm lifting my back high and placing the ball just beneath the curve of your back and then letting your back arch over. So like I say, rolled up cushion or rolled up towel will do a very similar job. And then from there, I want to relax, open the upper body and give a very gentle tilt forwards with the lower back, drawing up, engaging the core but not clenching the buttocks, and then releasing away. So as you draw up, breathing out, engaging with the core and breathing in to let go. Breathing out, engaging the core, breathing in to let go. Alright, so it helps here to create a better curve on your lumbar spine. Okay, so lots of time chiropractors, physios may recommend this to encourage the natural curve of your lumbar spine. So when we're doing this here, the temptation is just to clench the buttocks to lift. So if you can, just really come into using the core, and it doesn't need to be a big movement. Alright, if you really do pull into the core centre, you are going to know about it. Okay, you don't have to be doing a big movement. Breathing out, engaging the core, pulling up, breathing in. And it's always just coming back to the purpose for practice, which is to improve that internal back strength, the real deep central line of the body. Alright, finishing off your last one. Then lift your hips up high and take the ball away. I'm going to dig my elbows into the ground and pick the body up. Now you can either place your rolled up cushion, it's going to go lengthways between your shoulder blades, or you're placing your ball between your shoulder blades. And then from there, if you pinch your elbows back, your shoulder blades should squeeze either the cushion or the ball. Then hands back behind the head. Now I'm going to open the chest all the way back. Now if that is awkward for you, feel free to have a block behind your head as well, or a book. And then I'm just going to bring you up a little, drawing up like we did at the beginning into an ab prep, and then coming all the way back down again. So as you draw up, breathing out, engaging the core, as you lower, breathing in. Or you can just stay there, okay? If you just want to hold here, opening the chest and just enjoying that stretch across the upper part of your body, then do so. So you might be able to get your head on the floor, you might be able to get your elbows on the ground, but don't worry if you can't. But like I say, if you do like to lift, just giving that gentle lift up and then back. Okay, we're going to come up for our last couple now. Or if you're just hanging out there, you just want to spend another second or so just hanging out, that's okay. Alright, now when we think about coming back up, you can either roll yourself to one side and take away the towel or the cushion or the ball, or you can dig your elbows into the ground and gently draw your body up, whichever feels good for you. Coming around to a seated position of your choice. So I'm going to just work on a little bit of a twist, then the shoulder stretch, and then a neck release. So taking opposite arm across towards your opposite knee, lengthening through your spine, releasing and looking up over your shoulder. And then coming back round, going the other way. And then coming on back. And we just bring one arm across your body, slide the other arm beneath. Bring the arm slightly forwards and up. And then releasing it down, changing it over. And then releasing it down. And let's bring the arms to come all the way back behind your body. Opening out with your shoulders and your chest. And just dropping down your gaze. And then tucking your head across towards one side. Feel the stretch along the back of your neck on the opposite side. And then to the middle. And then head across to the other side. And then back to the middle. Raising your head up high. And then drawing one ear down towards one shoulder. And coming back on up. Taking the ear over to the other shoulder. And then drawing back up. Bringing the arms to come forwards. Give a stretch across the upper back. As you come on up, breathing in. As you open back wide, breathing out. Again, let's come on forwards. Breathing in, raising up. Breathing out, opening it back. And one more time, bringing forwards. Breathing in, coming up high. And then breathing out to release your arms back and down. And we're all finished. Okay, very well done everybody.